Miracles happen, Toastmaster Shanky.
No person ever lives who hasn't witnessed a miracle or any of their prayers answered. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and my dear guests. I was born and raised in Punjab in a city called Barnala. My earliest memories are sitting on my grandfather's shoulder and waving at trains. My grandmother asking me to write 1 to 10 on a slate before I could go out to play, and attempting WWE finishing moves on my younger brother. Yes, I am a millennial. My father worked in a government job at Food Corporation of India, and my mother is a homemaker. I was average in studies during my school days, but popular in my class thanks to my mischievous behavior. Great minds think alike. Similarly, mischievous minds think alike. That's how Saurav was my best friend. He was quite like me, but the grade 10th result was shocking. He got 82% and I got 70%. Kudos to him, but I could exactly feel दोस्त फेल हो जाए तो दुख होता है, दोस्त फर्स्ट आ जाए तो बहुत ज्यादा दुख. Average grades get you into an average college. I got enrolled in BTech IT at Chandigarh Engineering College. I got a crush on a girl in the very first year, but to her I was a good friend, which simply means I was friend zone. After 1.5 years of persistent efforts, our friendship promoted into relationship. We both saw a bright future together. And as our last semester approached, we both got placed in Infosys at their Mysore campus. How many of you watched KGF 2? That's great. You must remember the climax parliament scene. I did my training in the same building. The only difference was that Rocky was shooting bullets and I was troubleshooting bugs. 2 years passed and her family started to pressuring her to get married. So we decided on our next home trip we will share about our relationship. When she told about us to her family, they compelled her not to return back to Mysore and end our relationship. Her parents had enough reasons. Our cities are small and love marriages are seen in very bad light, especially for girls. And most importantly, her family is well off and every parent wants their child to get the best. So she submitted a sabbatical leave and 2 months passed. I was quite worried. The only thing I could control in my hands was to get a better well-paying job. I gave several interviews, but nothing was working out. Somehow, she was able to convince her parents to send her back. And there was one condition from her parents, that either she will get relocated to the Chandigarh office, which is near to her hometown, or resign. So after 3 months, she finally returned and applied for a relocation. I vividly remember a day before Dasra of 2013. It was the 9th day of Navaratri. We were sitting together in Infosys cafeteria. Our dreams were shattered. Everything was going downhill. Suddenly my phone rang. It was an unknown number. A lady spoke. Congratulations, you have been selected for a role. Please check your email immediately and respond as soon as possible. I rushed to grab my laptop, and as I opened the email, we stood standstill. It was an offer with more than 400% hike, much beyond our wildest imaginations. It was a miracle. Things were not exactly smooth after that. but a major hurdle was out of the way. After 2 years of struggles and convincing her parents, finally we got married in 2015 in the same auspicious days of Navaratri. We were blessed with a baby boy in 2018. I have worked with multiple startups and large enterprise companies so far in my career. I'm so grateful to God that He blessed me with much more than I wished for. And I want each one of you to close your eyes for 10 seconds and think of a moment when you witness a miracle or a prayer got answered. Please. How many of you could see that moment? There are times when life feels impossible and our hope tends to fade. But in those times, think of this moment. Remember, the universe listens, prayers get answered, and miracles do happen. Sometimes when we least expect them, sometimes when we need the most. Thank you.